I've owned more nightclubs than you can count, seen more party nights than you've had nights of sleep in your life. And you know what I've learned? They're a shiny illusion designed to drain every cent from your pocket and every ounce of dignity from your soul. I built empires on the greed and vanity of others. And today, I'm going to teach you how the scam works. Manhattan. In 1946, the nightclub lights illuminated the city while cigar smoke lingered in the air. I watched this world come to life. It was the playground of the elite, a place where rich men flaunted power and women would do anything to get in. There was no democracy, kid, just exclusivity. If you weren't somebody, don't even bother trying to get past the door. Time went on, and in the 70s came disco music, Saturday Night Fever, and suddenly everyone thought they could join the game. But let me tell you a secret. Nothing changed. The DNA of nightclubs has always been the same. They were designed to exploit people's vanity and weaknesses. Behind the scenes, the club owners laughed while the poor fools threw their money on the table, thinking they were gaining something. The only thing that really evolved was the price of admission. Back then, it was status that got you in. Today, it's the cash in your pocket. And guess what? They still let the prettiest women in for free because they know those women will make the suckers spend everything they have and everything they don't. It's all theater, my friend, and the stage, it's financed by you. Let me tell you how the masterminds behind these places make a fortune. There's nothing more profitable than selling the illusion that you're special. But the truth, everyone is just another pawn on my chessboard. First, you create an environment that screams luxury, lights, expensive sofas, loud music. It's all a facade. You're not buying fun, you're buying the right to say, I was there. And then comes the exclusivity scam. Beautiful women get in for free, guaranteed VIP access. Why? Because the bosses know that if they pack the house with women, the men will line up to get in, and they'll pay any price, thinking they've got a shot. But do you know what they really bought? Nothing more than a ticket to humiliation. And it doesn't stop there. The prices. Every detail is calculated to make you spend more. Want a drink? Open your wallet. Want a park? Triple the cost. Even the loud noise and flashing lights are designed to scramble your brain and make you spend without thinking. It's the kind of manipulation that would make any mobster proud. And me? I pulled it off for years. You know what the final trick is? Making you believe it's your fault. That you weren't good-looking enough, rich enough, or smart enough to walk out of there with what you wanted. But let me tell you the truth, kid. No matter what you do, the game was always rigged against you. You think spending $20 on an Uber, $50 on the cover charge, and $300 on a bottle is just an occasional luxury, right? Wrong. Those nights add up fast, and before you know it, half your paycheck has gone straight into the pockets of guys like me. And the worst part, you don't even realize it, because everything in there was designed to numb you. Flashing lights, deafening music, free-flowing booze. You're not having fun, you're being manipulated. Now let's talk about your mind. Every time you stand in that line, you're already comparing yourself to everyone else. Who's dressed better? Who's wearing the most expensive watch? Inside, You look at women who wouldn't even glance at you on the street, but throw you a fake smile in the club just to sip your overpriced bottle. You leave feeling like trash, as if you're not good enough, and that's exactly what the system wants. Because next weekend, you'll come back, trying to prove something to a bunch of strangers who don't even remember your face. Let me tell you a story that happened at my establishment. I used to own a nightclub in New Jersey, the kind of place where the music was too loud and the drinks were endless. One night, a guy walked in, full of confidence, acting like he owned the place. Everything was fine until he locked eyes with a girl. Nothing major, just a quick glance. But there was another man there who believed she was his. That's all it took. A shove, a heated argument, and within seconds, things escalated. Bottles flying, chairs breaking, and before anyone could intervene, I heard a sound that froze me to the core. A gunshot. No one died that night, but the guy who glanced at the girl ended up in the hospital. And the other guy? He fled before the cops arrived. Back then, security was more of a formality than a real deterrent. All it took was a well-hidden gun to turn the night into a nightmare. The lesson was clear. No matter how innocent you think you are in nightclubs, you're at the mercy of other people's egos and impulsiveness. But that's just one extreme example. There are other risks every man faces at nightclubs, even without realizing it. First, false accusations. Have you ever heard of someone losing everything over something they didn't even do? When you're surrounded by alcohol and strangers, any misunderstanding can spiral into a story that destroys your reputation. Then there's the constant competition. In a setting where there are 3 men for every woman, you're not just trying to impress someone. You're up against inflated egos and sometimes men ready to handle rejection with their fists, or worse. And finally, there are the more subtle risks, like financial traps. Spend everything in one night trying to impress a woman, only to see her leave with someone else in the end. Does that seem fair to you? People who regularly go clubbing have no idea the toll they're paying on their body and mind. And I'm not talking about the money you drop at the bar. I'm talking about the hours of life you're throwing away without even realizing it. First, let's address the obvious: your circadian rhythm. Staying up all night, dancing in a crowded, smoky, strobe-lit room is the fastest way to wreck your biological clock. The result? Chronic fatigue, lower productivity, and an increased risk of developing conditions like diabetes, heart problems, and even depression. Science has made it clear: when you destroy your sleep, you destroy your life. Now, let's talk about alcohol. The beloved fuel of the nightclub. Everyone thinks it's just harmless fun, but in reality, every drink is poisoning your liver, damaging your cells, and messing with your brain. Regular, heavy drinking doesn't just destroy your body, it also sabotages your ability to think clearly. And the worst part, alcohol is one of the biggest thieves of aesthetics. Bad skin, bloating, and weight gain are just the beginning. Good luck keeping that alpha male appearance when you're tearing yourself apart from the inside out. And there's more. Do you think you can hit the club, go to an after party, and still crush it at the gym? Forget it. Your body needs rest, nutrition, and consistency to grow. Staying up all night, getting drunk, and eating junk on your way home will only set you back. Not to mention the mental toll, because yes, you might fool yourself into thinking you're having fun, but deep down, you know you're running in circles with no purpose or progress. Want a practical example? Look at the guys who hit the club every weekend. At first, they try to keep up their physique, but over time, the excess alcohol, sleepless nights, and sloppy eating habits tear them down. My advice to you, kid, is simple. Open your eyes. Everything you do at a nightclub is nothing more than a circus. And guess who the clown is? You. The truth is, nightclubs aren't places for decent people. They're arenas of superficial fun and hollow hearts. If you really want to have a good time or meet a girl worth your while, go to places where you wouldn't expect her to frequent. The kind of girl you take seriously isn't drowning in a sea of alcohol and competition at a nightclub. She's at a quiet cafe, in a bookstore, at a park, or even at the gym. Nightclubs were never meant for you, or honestly, for anyone else.